computer application in business. In today's session, we are going to discuss about the CAB, the computer application in business, which is for the semester, 5th semester under Karnataka University Dharwad, and the session is 13th. The learning objectives of this session: why, when, what, DBMS, when we are going to use the DBMS, why we are going to use the DBMS, and the need of the DBMS, application of DBMS. The outcomes of this session are applicability in real life. The file system. We will take an example of the file system. Before coming into the picture of a DBMS, we are having the file system which is being used widely, which contains in this particular diagram, it contains the sales department, the personnel department, okay, and the sales department which further contains the file management programs, file report programs, customer file, sales file, and agent files. All the files are stored separately, so there are no interlink in between these several departments. That is one of the drawback of using the file systems. These are stored independently. Prerequisites. Before we want to learn about the database management system, we should be able to learn about the prerequisites, means the basic things that we come across in the DBMS. The first one is data. Data means it is a collection of facts, figures, stats, or any number which contains the data. Then the information. Information means, let us take an example. In a class there are 90 students are there. This is a data because that 90 is the fact. Is it right? So out of which I need to extract some information. So out of 90 students, there are 30 students were male and remaining 60 students were female. So this 30 and 60 what I have extracted from the original data, it is called as information. Then we come across database. A database is nothing but it is a collection of related data. Okay, simple definition. One database management system. It is a software which is used for maintaining the different types of data which are stored in the databases. So which is used for retrieving, accessing, manipulating, updating, and storing the data in the database management system. In the database we require some software, and that software it is called as database management system. And the well-known softwares are Oracle, Skybase. So these are the different softwares that we come across using the database management system. So moving on to the next slide, we have the metadata. Here the metadata is nothing but the data about the data is called as metadata. That means we are storing the data in the database where actually the data is stored, and that information will be contained in some catalog, and that catalog is called as metadata. Data dictionary. Data dictionary is nothing but just like in your book, you are having the index page where it will contain the number of pages and the page number for each and every content. Like this way, the data dictionary will also contain the indexes of what data and where it is actually stored in the database, that will be contained in the data dictionary. And next we come across the data warehouse. Data warehouse is a large storing capacity software which is capable of storing a large amount of data, whereas database management system it is capable of storing very small relative amount of large amount of data. But when that data exceeds beyond that storing capacity, then it has to be stored in the data warehouse. Okay, then finally we come across the record. A record is a data which is going to be fed into the database in the form of records, and these records are also called as tupules. File system weaknesses. So we will see what are the drawbacks or the disadvantages of the file systems. The first one, islands of data in scattered file systems. That means all the data are scattered, they are not interlinked with each other. Problems: duplication. So the data which is available in one file system can be duplicated in another one. So there is a possibility of duplication available in file system. And inconsistency. That means for example, in the sales department the customer information is there, and in the invoice department it is also having the customer information. The customer information has to be updated in both the departments. So if we try to update in one department, then another one leaves in inconsistent state, that is called as inconsistency. Then we come across rigidity. Rigidity means it is a most complex thing to modify or update the data. Implications: waste of space. Due to this duplication, waste of space will occur, and inconsistencies, data inaccuracies will cause, and finally high overhead of data manipulation and maintenance. These are the drawbacks of using the file systems. Then database. What do you mean by database? A database is a collection of related data and its metadata organized in a structured format for optimized information management. It is called as a database. This is the simplest form of a definition of a database. Database file system versus the file system. So database versus file system. Here you can see that a database is a database management system which is containing the three departments: personal department, sales department, accounting department. All the three departments are included in the DBMS, where in the DBMS which will contain further employees, customer, sales, inventory, accounts. And in the file system, each and every department will be stored in the separate files, such as personal department employees, customer, sales, inventory, that will be contained in the sales department, and in the accounting department it will be containing the accounts. So that is all about the picture. So in the file system, all the departments files will be stored in separately, whereas in database management system, all the different departments will be included in the one single database. Database management system. It is a software that enables the creation, access, modification of databases for efficient and effective database management. Database management systems manages interaction between the end users and database. So end users, application request, database management system, application request. So basically end users will send the request for the database management system, where in turn the database structure will have the metadata, customers, invoices and products. All the details will be requested by the end users, will be retrieved by the database management system and given back to the end users for their use. Database system. It is an integrated system of hardware, software, people, procedures and data that defines and regulate the collection, storage, management, usage of data and within the database environment. So database system actually contains hardware, software, people, procedures, data, as well as that. Along with that, it also defines how to regulate the collection, storage, management, usage of data within the database environment. Database environment. In the database environment, it will contain the hardware, software, people, procedures and data, as we discussed in the previous slide itself. So the procedures and standards, database administrators, database designers, analysts, programmers, application programmers and database management system and data. So here the users are the people associated with the database are system administrator, database administrator, database designers and application programmers and end users. So basically the database management system, it is an application program which is being accessed by the end users. Okay, so apart from that, the database administrators are the responsible for writing the procedures and standards for database management system. They will monitor and manage the overall database system for the user access. Along with that, the database management system contains the software, and that software need to be operated on some hardware, right? So that is all about the database system environment. And basically you know that the database management system will work on data. Database, why? The purpose of database: optimizes the data management, transform the data into the information. Importance of database design: avoid data redundancy and ensure data integrity. Functions of database management system: database system stores data and related data, entry forms, form, report, definitions, etc. Enforces data integrity and implements data security management. So these are the purpose for which we are going to use the database management system in our applications. How? Database. Yeah, how we need to use the database? Identify the user needs and characteristics. Database system requirements, from conceptual design to detailed system specification. create the database, troubleshoot, update, streamline the database. This is how we are going to use the database. So in the database usage, planning, analysis, design, implementation and maintenance. Applications of DBMS. Applications of DBMS which is used in railway reservation system, library management system, banking, education sector, credit card transactions, social media sites, telecommunication, finance, online shopping, human resource management, manufacturing. There are several other areas in which it will be covered, but it has mentioned very few in this particular slide. Applications: railway reservation system, manufacturing, HRM, human resource management, finance, education, applications, telecommunications, online shopping, social media, banking and library management systems. So then we come across the last slide, that is MCQs, multiple choice questions. Which of the following are the cons of a file system? Cons means here the drawbacks: inconsistency, redundancy and rigidity. So all the three features are the disadvantages of the file system. The answer should be D, that is all. Second question, redundancy means, here redundancy means the duplication of data. So here A is a duplication, B is metadata, C is merge, D is none, and the answer is A, duplication. Third question, database system consists of hardware, software, data, and the D option is all. So it will contain hardware, software, data, people and procedures. So we need to type the answer. Correct answer is all. DBMS stands for the data migration system. The answer is wrong. DBMS stands for database management system. Application of database management system: banking, HRM, online shopping, and the D is all. So the last option is D, and the correct answer is D. So these are the references. You can also go for references books for additional information regarding this particular session. And thank you for giving me an wonderful opportunity. Thank you, one and all.